What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 25 Ultimate Team video. Today is the final day for the first ranked session in MUT 25, and that also means it's your final day to try to earn some of these free rewards. We're going to go over everything you need to know, and also the leaks for the next ranked session, which should be starting tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you go to your play tab, you go to head-to-head. There is a new ranked game mode this year, and it's actually really good. Like, I like the format. There's a few things that need to be tweaked, and there's a chance that maybe EA does tweak those, and we'll find out maybe tomorrow. But let's go through all of it, because as you can see, head-to-head ranked ends in 23 hours and 50 minutes. So the plan for this is that it's going to take place every single month. But because Madden launched in the middle of August, the first ranked session was a little bit longer, and I think that's where some of the problems are going to be right now. But I'm hoping that for the next ranked system and the one after that and so forth, they can forecast the OVRs on these cards a little bit better. I'll explain what I mean in a moment. So the idea here basically is to win games. Every time you win, you get a certain number of rank points. Every time you lose some of those rank points. And if you can get to these associated scores, you can earn some pretty good free rewards. Now, you should all be starting off with 5 placement games. And honestly, between those and then like the bronze, silver, and even the gold tiers, for the most part, the games felt really easy. The competition level wasn't extremely sweaty for a lot of people. They were able to get through those ranked tiers pretty quickly. Now, if you don't feel like you're a very good player, it's totally understandable. If you want to stay away from this game mode completely, and even when you take a look at like the bronze, silver, and gold levels, you're getting an 80, an 82, or an 84 overall Oruwariye. Those cards aren't very good, and it might not be worth the time to play the game mode specifically for that. But one thing that I did notice while ranking up in this game mode is that the coin rewards actually aren't half bad. So this is a new screen that they added on last week's title update, where you can actually see not only the player card rewards that you get, but also the coin rewards. So at the very bottom level, the bronze level, when you win a game, depending on if you're bronze 1, 2, or 3, you're getting some decent coin rewards just per win. 1,500, 1,600, but then also, like, when you go from bronze 1 to bronze 2, you get 2,000 coins. From bronze 2 to bronze 3, you get 4,000 coins. Now, if you rank down because you lost so many games or whatever, you wouldn't get that reward again. It's only for the first time that you hit it. And again, when you're at the bronze and even the silver level, you're not going to be getting a ton of coins, but they start to add up the more you win and the more you climb the tiers. You can see if you're able to make it to gold 1, you're getting 2k per win. Gold 2 is 2.1k per win. Gold 3 is 2.2k per win. But also you got another 16k from gold 1, or reaching gold 1. Then you get 20k for reaching gold 2, and then another 24k for reaching gold 3. And typically, and I didn't fully pay attention to it the entire way through, I can tell you right now, I'm roughly earning about 30 to 35 rank points per win. And when I lose a game, I lose about 15 to 16. In a lot of scenarios, if you're winning the majority of your games, it's taking maybe 2 to 3 wins at the most to go from one level to the next. So you're getting some pretty nice coin payouts per game. But winning 3 or 4 games and jumping to the next level, I mean, as you can see here in the elite level, 28k, 32k, 36,000 coins. So the coin payouts in itself are really good, and I think very underrated when it comes to this game mode. You can see in the upper left, I'm at Hero 3 right now, and I'm 85 rank points away from Champion, which is the goal that I want to get to. And at the current level that I'm at, I'm getting 2,800 coins per win, and I got 50,000 coins when I got up to Hero 3. When I got to Hero 2, I got 45k. When I got to Hero 1, I got 40k. So if you can get into that Hero level and then approach Champion, which per Champion's going to give you 2.9k per win and then an additional 55k, like I said, you're making some pretty good coins. So also, hitting these levels are going to give you player cards. Now, most of the cards aren't the greatest in the world, and like we said, for bronze, for silver, for gold, you're getting an 80, an 82, or an 84 overall Oruwariye. If you can get up to elite, you get an 86 overall Oruwariye, which also isn't really a good card, and then hero, which I think is probably like the most common level that you're going to find the majority of the players at. you do get an 87 overall Oruwariye, and I'm going to talk about that card plus the 88 overall Kyle Pitts, which is the champion level reward, and then the top 100 is going to give you an 89 overall Ed Reed, which that's only limited to the top 100 players in the entire world, right? So it's going to be very, very difficult to get there. You can see that there is a ranked score of 3,200 rank points associated with the top players, but that doesn't mean you're going to get the Ed Reed. You still have to be in the top 100 to be able to get that reward. And I mean, if you just scroll through the leaderboard, you'll probably notice some names like Mike Skimbo, 220 and 13. Luke Plays Lax, I'm pretty sure, is D. Croft. If we scroll down a little bit further, here is John Beast, Dinner Detective. These are the best players in the world and the most competitive guys that play in the MCS events. And as you can see, if you scroll through the records, I mean, we got a guy here in Fancy who won the latest belt in the MCS first Ultimate Team event. He's 148 and 3, and he's still 25th on the list. Even if you go all the way down to number 99 and 100, you got guys who are 132 and 20, 147 and 40. So it's going to be difficult to get into the top 100. And the reason I bring that up is because the rewards have been leaked for next ranked season, which should be starting tomorrow. And kind of going backwards in the order, the top 100 player is going to be a Randall Cunningham. Now, we don't know the OVR, we don't know the abilities, we don't know the attributes on this one. But when I first saw this card, my first thought was, well, damn, that's going to be a card I'm not going to be able to earn, unfortunately, because I just know I'm not going to be able to get into the top 100. The champion card looks like it's going to be a Donnell Hunter in a Texans uniform. Kind of threw me off there. This one is going to be strictly dependent if it's good or not on if he gets any type of really good abilities for pass rushing out there. And then the hero level reward is going to be a Jalen Hyatt. No idea why he, of all people, is getting a card when he barely even plays. But Mutt Leaks put out these 3 images last week, and it looks like those are the players that we can expect when it comes to ranked session number 2 of the year. So I'm making this video, number 1, to let you guys know that this ends tomorrow, and if you have ambitions of getting any of these cards outside of the top 100, the Legend Ed Reed card, you got less than 24 hours to go out and do it. But also, you're probably wondering, is this game mode even worth it? And as we went over with the coin rewards, I definitely think it is. Now, there's 2 things that could be improved with this. Number 1, if you finish in the top 100, you're not going to get the champion reward, which is an 88 overall Kyle Pitts, which is actually a pretty good card. You're not going to get the hero elite gold rewards, which if you're in the top 100, you're probably not throwing an 87 overall Amani Oruwariye out there on your field. Also, these cards are B and D. So again, even if I finish in the top 100 and I get the Ed Reed, I can't even go out and buy the Kyle Pitts, which is a little discouraging probably to the top tier players in the game. The way that I think it should be, and it would be nice if you finish in the Legend Division, you get everything below that as well. Kind of similar to what they're doing with the rewards in the current Mutt Draft game mode, which isn't live just yet. The game mode is itself, but the reward stacking isn't. What I think they should do is you should get the tier that you finish in plus at least 1 behind you. So if you finish in Legend, you should at least get the Ed Reed and the Kyle Pitts. If you finish in Champion, you should get Kyle Pitts and Amani Oruwariye. If you finish in Hero, yes, you're going to get an 86 and an 87 overall Amani Oruwariye, and obviously you can't put both of those cards on the field at the same time, so you probably find yourself quick selling the card. But just generally speaking, you should be able to get at least 1 level back, if not 2, based on how you finish. And right now, I don't think that's how it's going to roll out, but I've seen a lot of chatter about it on Twitter, and hopefully that's one thing that they do change whenever these rewards roll out, whether it's tomorrow or at some point this week. The other discussion is, should these cards be better, right? Because at the time that we first saw them in mid to late August, they looked like they were going to be the craziest cards in the world. But now that some of the cards that are coming out on a weekly basis, they're starting to catch up to these ones. So like finishing in the top 100, is the Ed Reed really worth it? Well, he does have 90 speed, 90 pursuit, 82 man coverage is really low. Like that should be bumped up. He is his own archetype. 90 zone is great. Hit power 73. That should be much, much higher on this card. So will EA adjust any of the attributes? I know that's something they were thinking about doing. When I went down to Orlando last month, when I got an early capture of the Game Time promo before it came out, it was something I brought up to them. And I know they said that they were aware of it and it was a thought that they were having. So I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But truthfully, it really should, because, you know, this card's still going to be very good. But for the sweat that it takes to get in the top 100 of the world to earn this card, it should have higher man coverage. It should have higher hit power. Now, I will say one good thing about this card and then the two cards behind it, they do get all 32 team chems, so they are going to have some good use there for a while when it comes to theme teams, and you're easily going to be able to get this card to having +1 speed because it's just really easy to build a theme team this year. So that's one great thing about it. The other thing is we got to take a look at the abilities. We're finally starting to get to the point in MUT where we have some extra ability buckets. Not really seeing any crazy discounts yet, but I feel like a card like this should have at least a baked on ability or some type of really good discount. Like, you know, this is a ball hawking Ed Reed free safety with really good zone. Why should I have to pay 2 AP for pick artists on this card? Bake that one in or make it a 1 AP discount. Give this card something unique that sets it aside from all of the other cards in the game if you're not going to bump up the attributes. And then if we go backwards, Kyle Pitts is kind of the next one here. So this is the card that I'm striving for. And I feel like with the rank points that I need, about 85 left, I have to win like 3 or 4 games. If I lose a game here or there, then we're going to be a little bit in trouble. I think I'm 30-8 right now in the game mode. So that kind of gives you an idea of how many games you're going to have to win and play to try to get to this level. This card's really good to me. Now, 87 speed, could that be a little bit faster? Absolutely. You got tight ends out there like Vernon Davis and Dalton Kincaid that I think are basically the same exact speed. Could they bump up the route running on him? Maybe make it 85 short and 86 mid to hit those two 85 plus thresholds? Absolutely. The run blocking, I don't expect much from Kyle Pitts when it comes to that, so I'm okay with the 69 there. And of course, Kyle Pitts is 6'6". Now, just like Ed Reed on this card, he does get all 32 team chems, so we will be able to bump up the speed there if we're able to get this card. And with a position like this, even later in the year, I can move him to tight end 3, and he's still going to hold whatever team chem I need him to have for theme team purposes. And then just going back to the abilities here, you know, he doesn't get anything special at all. And I think, yes, this one's much, much easier to earn compared to Ed Reed, obviously, but like something's got to be better here on this card, right? You know, what are we doing? We got reach for it, indoor baller, homer, clutch. Like none of these abilities are really going to matter on this card. And I think you got to be fairly good at the game to try to be able to earn this card. So that's disappointing. And then I think, you know, like I said earlier, this is probably the sweet spot for the majority of players in the game. If you take the entire community who has been playing ranked, you're probably going to find the most players land in this division or these divisions. The Oruwariye right now, if you take a look, an 85 speed cornerback, that's just certainly not going to do it for just about, like a lot of people, right? I'm not going to say anybody, but not a lot of people. Now, that level is pretty easy to get to. When you take a look at the 87 overall here, which is that hero reward, we're still only looking at an 86 speed cornerback. Like, he is pretty comparable to cornerbacks out there right now that are under 100,000 coins. So just all in all, I'd like to see all of the attributes on these cards bumped up at least maybe a +1 globally. You know, give him 84 man coverage, 89 zone, 87 speed. Again, with the Oruwariye card at an 87 OVR, good news is he does get all team chems there, so it's going to be helpful for theme teams. And then this is another situation, right, where if I earn the Kyle Pitts, I'd like to have this card as well, not so much to put him on the field, but to have a cornerback that I can throw in my depth chart at CB5 and have any team chem to my disposal there. It would just make it a lot easier to build theme teams throughout the year. So that is the ranked mode. I know a lot of you probably already knew a lot of this, but I just wanted to give you a heads up because it is ending tonight, or I should say early tomorrow morning. And if you wanted to get to any of these cards, you're basically running out of time to go out there and get them. But also this will give you a bit of a game plan to get ready for ranked session number 2 that will be starting. I think the way it's going to work, and I see a lot of people right now just talking about grinding this all day and all night to get into that top 100. I don't really know how the matchmaking works. Like, I think you're mostly just going to be matched up with people in your similar division out there. But I can tell you the beginning of the ranked sessions and then like the last 24 to 48 hours are going to be really sweaty. I think there's going to be a nice little sweet spot in the middle where if you're not as competitive as most, that's when you're going to find the best time to go out there and play the mode and maybe stay away from all the super sweats. And also just think about times like Friday, Saturday, Sunday when a lot of people are out there playing Gauntlet and MUT Champs. that might be the opportunity to go out there and play this game mode, because I do think it's really good for the coins as you're able to hit those different rank levels, and the per game payouts aren't half bad either. So keep those things in mind for rank session number 2, and whenever EA reveals the cards with the attributes and the abilities for rank session 2, which could end up being tonight on Twitter, we'll find out. We'll certainly let you know. As far as today goes, we got new AKA content. We got the content schedule coming very soon. Gridiron Guardians is likely going to be the Thursday promo, but for now, if you're trying to grind out ranked, you got less than 24 hours to go out and get those free cards. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.